Hola a todos. Today we are going to be discussing the differences between the verbs ser and estar in Spanish. Now, these two verbs mean to be in English. Now, in English we have a single verb to mean to be, but in Spanish there are two verbs. There is ser and estar. And of course, these two verbs are used in different contexts, but they can be very, very confusing for persons of English, persons who speak English that are learning Spanish, right? Given that there's only one way it is expressed in English. So we're going to see different contexts in which they are used. Now we're not going to spend any time at all learning the conjugations because these are two irregular verbs. What this lesson is going to focus on is going to be the context in which they're used. So you will know, okay, I should use ser here or I should use estar there. But the different conjugations, no, this lesson will not be focusing on that. Also, in the description there will be a PDF containing adjectives that cannot actually be used with both ser and estar, but of course the meaning of that adjective will change based on the use of either verb, right? So yes, but let's start with ser. When do we use ser? So we use ser with descriptions that are considered to be permanent, and these can be physical or personality traits, okay? So for example, la casa es grande, the house is big. Juan es alto, Juan is tall. Somos amables, we are friendly. So you would see that the first two examples are physical descriptions, whereas the third example is a personality trait. So we use ser for those characteristics, okay? And I said that they're permanent. So they're going to be, and another way that people often distinguish ser from estar is that they say that ser is used for permanent qualities, whereas estar is used for temporary. And that is true to an extent in certain situations. But generally, I would not say that, because you're going to see further on that ser is actually used with things that change as well. But we'll get there. But the first context is going to be for descriptions that are considered to be permanent, okay? So, la casa es grande, Juan es alto, somos amables. Yes. Another description that can be used is you can use ser to describe the shape of something, right? So, for example, la mesa es cuadrada. The table is square. So that's a description. So any description that is physical, okay, and you can use it for personality traits as well, but these are traits that are considered to be, or characteristics that are considered to be permanent, okay? Second context in which ser is used for identification and definition, all right? So if we want to identify someone or something, we use ser, all right? So for example, ella es la dueña del coche. She is the owner of the car, right? So a possible, that answer could have come from a possible question like, ¿Quién es ella? Who is she, right? Ella es la dueña del coche. Un caballo es un animal. A horse is an animal. A possible question that could have come from, ¿Qué es un caballo? And you see we use the verb ser within the question as well. Right. A horse is an animal. But before we get into the others, identification, so that would be an example of identification, the first one. The second one would be an example of definition, so saying what something is, right? And it could be, well, yeah, definition, right? I was going to say that that could also be identification too, but that's more definition. All right. So identification. What do we use to identify persons? So we identify persons by their name, right? And also by their nationality. So name could have been another way we identify someone. And as you know, we say soy whoever our name is. So soy Christopher, right? So that's the verb ser again. We use it for nationality or place of origin. So for example, Marcos es Mexicano. Marcos is Mexican. If we want to mention the place of origin, we could say Marcos es de México. That also applies to things. So, la computadora es de Japón. The computer is from Japan. So if we want to express nationality or place of origin, we use ser. If we also want to express relationships, which is another form of identification. Mi padre es Elvin, right? My father is Elvin. Or Elvin es mi padre, right? Elvin is my father. So that could have come from a possible question of ¿Quién es Elvin? Right? Or ¿Quién es mi padre? Okay? Which is who is my father, right? And religion. Soy cristiano. I am Christian. So if we want to express our religion, which is a form of identification, we use ser. Okay? All right. So that would be that. Material. So if we want to express what something is made of, we use ser. Esta camisa es de algodón. This shirt is made of cotton. Right. Of course, you see is made of, right? So with this, when we want to express the material, we use ser followed by the preposition de and then the material. So esta camisa es de algodón. This shirt is made of cotton. So that's how we express material in Spanish. All right. Possession. Es mi mochila. It is my backpack. Or es mía. It is mine. Mía because mi mochila is singular and it's feminine. So you use mía. Okay? Es mía. Alright? Remember that pronouns replace nouns. Okay? So this would be a possessive pronoun replacing mi mochila. My backpack. And since it's singular and feminine, we use es mía. So anytime we want to express possession, we use ser. All right? So these are some contexts in which ser is used, okay? Now we're going to continue to more contexts. So we continue with ser, okay? So another context in which ser is used is professions. Now, this kind of could relate to identification, but anyhow, yeah. So if we want to give our profession, we use ser. So, soy profesor. I am a teacher. Time and dates. Now, this is where I said that the generalization that ser is used for permanent qualities or permanent situations can be a little tricky because time is something that changes, right? So in some cases, yes, that is true, especially for like descriptions, but in other cases that might not be true. So this is an example. Time, we use ser with time. So son las 2:30, it is 2:30, all right? And dates, hoy es 11 de julio, today is July 11th. So time and dates, we use ser. Location of events, and this is something that will come up with estar, okay? So we will come back to location when we get to estar. La boda será en la playa. The wedding will be on the beach, okay? La reunión será en el gimnasio. The meeting will be at the gym. So anytime we want to give the location of an event, we use ser. And price. La silla es $20. The chair is $20. Well, in this case, ser means is worth or cost $20. So that would be another way of saying it. La silla es $20. The chair is $20. So that's another way of saying la silla cuesta $20 or la silla vale $20, right? But that's a fixed price. So we use ser. And that's also something that will come up with estar. All right? So these are the remaining contexts in which ser is used, okay? So now we're going to proceed to estar. So now we move on to estar. And the first context in which estar is going to be used is going to be for physical descriptions that are considered to be temporary. Now this is where we can actually compare the two uses, ser and estar, when it comes to physical descriptions, because as you know, ser can also be used for physical descriptions, okay? But the difference is that with estar, that means that it is temporary. What do I mean by temporary? So it means that when I say Maria está delgada, I'm saying that she looks slim. But I'm saying she normally would not be slim. But this is on the day or on the moment that I saw her or see her, it looks slim. Right? So María es gorda, pero hoy está delgada. So Maria is fat, but today she is slim. So that's saying that she, I don't know, maybe she got on a diet or exercise routine and now she looks slim. But this is not how she was most of the time. So when we use estar with physical descriptions, we are conveying that this is only in the moment. Okay? Now, we use estar to express moods and physical feelings, basically how we feel. Estoy triste, I am sad. La mujer está cansada, the woman is tired. Alright? So if we want to express how we feel, right, our moods, we use estar. 3. Marital status. Él está casado, he is married. And estoy soltero, I am single. Right? So if we want to express our marital status, we use estar. 4. Temporary states or conditions. La tienda está cerrada. Okay? The store is closed. El jefe está de vacaciones. The boss is on vacation. So in both of these scenarios, will those last forever? No, because the store has to open at some point and the boss has to return to work, okay? So any state that is temporary or condition that's temporary, we use estar. So we could also say la tienda está abierta. The store is open, all right? But for the example, I use la tienda está cerrada. All right? And el jefe está de vacaciones. All right? And finally, on this part, or well, because that's the okay, so there's the fifth one, and there's more, of course. Temporary job. Right? So this is another point that we can use to compare it with ser, because normally when we give our profession we use ser, but if we are talking about a temporary position we use estar. Okay, so we use estar followed by the preposition de followed by the profession, which is profesión. Okay, ahora estoy de camarero. Now I am a waiter. So that is saying that I am not usually a waiter. I probably have another job, but Right now I'm a waiter, okay? So let's use an example like with teachers. Teachers get a long summer holiday. So let's say a person who's a teacher does an interim job in the summer just to pass time, right? So we would say, soy profesor, pero ahora estoy de camarero. So I am a teacher, but now I am working as a waiter, or I am a waiter, right? So that's the idea that estar is conveying in this context, that this whatever job this is just something that I'm doing at the moment, but this will be temporary. Alright? Alright, so those are 5 contexts in which estar is used, and we continue. So we move on to the final context in which estar is used, okay? Location, right? So when it comes to location, this relates to the physical location as well as time. Alright, remember, ser is used with location, but only for the location of an event. But location in general is going to be estar, okay? So, estamos en la calle. We are on the street, okay? Estamos en verano. We are in summer. So again, la calle would represent the physical location, whereas verano would represent the time, right? The time period. All right. So if you want to talk about location, I want to mention the physical location or the time period, we use estar. Okay. Ongoing activities. So with this structure, you're going to have estar plus the gerund, or in Spanish, el gerundio, okay? The continuous form. So estar plus gerundio. Estoy caminando, I am walking. Right, so use estar plus the gerund form of the verb to talk about ongoing activities, okay? So estoy caminando, I am walking. Estoy bailando, I am dancing. Okay? So yes. Position of the body. So if we want to describe the position of the human body, we use estar. Okay? So estoy sentado, I am sitting. Estás acostada. That means you are lying down. And of course, the a means that we are talking about a female, right? So the you in this case is going to be a female. Estás acostada, you are lying down. And estoy sentado, I am sitting. So if we want to describe the position of the body, we use estar. Alright? And finally, we use estar to talk about prices, but these prices are going to be prices that change. They're not fixed. When we did ser, we would have come across price as one of the contexts, but in that case, the price is going to be fixed. It will not change, but this time the price will change. So we use estar plus the preposition a plus el precio, which is price. All right, so this is the structure we use to talk about a price that will change. So hoy la silla está a $20. Today the chair is $20. So that suggests, of course, that the chair, that $20 is just the price for today, and another day it could be less or it could be more. All right. Hoy, so keyword today. So that would suggest that that is also temporary, right? So hoy la silla está a $20. So again, that would mean the same thing as ser, in that it would mean hoy la silla cuesta $20 or la silla vale $20. But the meaning would be slightly different, in that with ser, that is permanent, and with estar, it is temporary. Okay? So these are the contexts in which estar is used. Alright? Now we're going to proceed to a quiz. Okay, so we are at the end, the final segment. Of course, that would involve a quiz. So choose between ser and estar based on the context. So of course, in every sentence, You're going to have the two options and you're going to have to choose which one is correct based on the context, okay? So 1, Pedro es or está en España. What's the theme? The theme is location, and it's talking about the location of a person. Therefore, that is está. Pedro is in Spain. 2, los niños son o están enojados. That is an emotion. So that would be estar, because estar is used with feelings and emotions. So están. So the children are angry. 3, ¿dónde es o está el banco? Once again, location, but the location of what? A place, a building, right? So that is location in general, and that would be está. So where is the bank? 4, el concierto será o estará en la iglesia. Location again. But what is concierto? Concierto is a concert, and that is talking about an event. So será. The concert is, or will be rather, because this is future tense, will be at the church. 5, Messi es o está de Argentina. What's the theme? Place of origin. Place of origin. Therefore, we use es because we use ser. So Messi is from Argentina. All right? And 6, ¿qué hora es o está? What's the theme? Time. S. So we use ser with time. So what time is it? Or what is the time? All right. So I hope you were able to answer everything correctly. I hope that I would have been able to provide a thorough and clear explanation that will help you understand the differences, ¿ok? Espero que ustedes entiendan las diferencias entre estos dos verbos ahora. Gracias por ver y hasta pronto.